So I'm going to read this precept one more time. This is Psalms chapter 7, verse 11. It says, God judgeth the righteous, and God is angry with the wicked every day.
And that's thousands of years of wickedness that's just been stacked up, man. That's why the Lord told all the prophets about the day of the Lord, man. He didn't reserve that to one. Jeremiah didn't just get the concept of the day of the Lord coming. Even the what you might call the lesser prophets, Haggai, Micah, Malachi, they all understood the day of the Lord was coming, man. The wrath of the Lord, man. The fierce anger of the Lord, man. Because not only do you have the lack of integrity in this place and corruption, not only do you have bloodshed, but you have a disbelief in an ultimate power, man, a supreme power. So much so to they will actually believe that a single cell organism turned into cats and dogs rather than believe that a supreme order came about and created man.
How can the Lord not be pissed off, man? He said children are his, like what the scripture say, like the children belong to the Lord, right? I forget the scripture. But you got children out here that are becoming transsexuals, man. 5, 6 years old. Man, how can the Lord not be? A child can't even think for himself yet, man.
Right.
The Lord is pissed. I wanted to bring this out. Revelations 18, 5.
Yeah, beautiful.
Revelations 18, verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she has filled to her double.
And that's what's happening. Right now you've had wickedness committed by the so-called white man and other nations, and you have them walking around the earth like this is just gonna happen, it's just gonna continue on like this, and they just gonna give all the spoils of that dirt to their next generation. And they're betting all their chips on that narrative. They're betting all their chips on that side, hoping that that's where the chips fall, and that's where the chips land. They're betting that one cell organism turned into all of this, and they don't have to be held accountable for murder, rape, robbery. That's the ultimate goal of what they're betting on, man. And that's why the Lord says, all right, it's gonna be a double portion on the other way, man. Since you betting all your chips on it being just a random chance of luck, the Lord is gonna judge this, man. And that's why the energy you put out here comes back to you, man. That's why this place is falling, because the foundation of this place was built on blood and wickedness, man. And they can say it just like all the societies before. They can say, well, the Chinese had, well, they fell too, man. What's up? They can say, well, the Egyptians had, Africans had, well, they fell too. What's up? That means eventually you're not gonna escape your judgment. All of these nations, they rose up in wickedness and they fell in wickedness. This place has the same order. It don't matter because you got an iPhone in your hand. Things don't change for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. The same judgment is going to play out, man.
This is Jeremiah 16 and verse 18. And first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land. They have filled my inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things.
And they've provoked the Lord to ultimate anger and disrespect, man. Because they went from believing in all of these false gods to now they just believe that they got here by chance. And that not only did they get here by chance, but that they're the supreme intelligence that governs the universe, man. That's why the Lord said that they sit in the temple of God as if they are God, man.
Right.
Because now they feel like they're the ultimate form of intelligence, man. And that's why the Lord is going to give them confusion in every place, man. And it says that bodies are going to be dropping and they're going to be spread out here like dung, man. Bodies are going to be out here like dog shit is in a dog park, man. It's just going to be out here, man. And the world does not perceive that because they live deliciously, man. Because you can go to your ATM and pull out money and go to Starbucks or go to a club and buy a woman drinks, you think that this judgment is not going to come here, man. But it is, man. The Lord requires that which is past, man. And this world has got this whole concept of God is all love. No, man. God pays back all debts, man.
Isaiah 34, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
And what does the Lord say, man? He says, smite the shepherd and the sheep shall scatter, man. Right now, all of these nations are the sheep of who? Esau, Edom, man. So if the Lord smites Edom, the rest of these heathen nations are going to scatter, man. And that's the intention of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's why he said, gather all these nations up until I rise up to judgment, man. Because my determination is to gather all the nations and pour upon them my indignation, man. It ain't nothing that one individual Jake can do to change the scales of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You can try to get your lick back if you want to, and the Lord may allow you to get your lick back, but he probably gonna take your candle out at the same time, man.
Good.
Just for being willful, because at this point you have to wait on the patience of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He's long suffered this place through Greeks, through Romans, through all of these different kingdoms. The Lord has suffered this place to judge him at the end. Who are you to change that, man? That's why we must have patience. You got it,
Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse 6. And say not, his mercy is great, he will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners.
And that's the mentality of modern day Christianity. The Lord will be appeased if I can just willfully sin as long as I call on his son. That's the mentality of modern day Christianity. That's why most people live their life sinfully, and then when they get 40 or 50 years old, then they go to the church. Because now they done all the dirt that they could physically do, and nobody out here in these streets want them no more, so they go to where everybody go, the church. Try to secure that bag, that eternal bag in the fourth quarter, man. But the Lord is going to require all debts to be paid, man. And that includes all of our people that's lost in the false doctrine of Christianity, man. If you're not keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability and showing your faith through action, the Lord is not dealing with you, man. The Lord didn't die so men can eat pork. When he said you're not supposed to be eating that. The Lord didn't die so men could commit adultery and just say, Jesus, forgive me, and walk away, man. The Lord requires those things, man. You must rehearse the righteous acts, man. And if not, man, death be upon you, man. You got it.
Precept. Go ahead. Go ahead, bring it up.
Zephaniah 3:1. Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city. She obeyed not the voice, she received not correction. She trusted not in the Lord. She drew not near to her power.
Right.
Her princes within her are roaring lions. Her judges are even wolves. They gnaw not the bones till the morrow.
Right.
Her prophets are light and treacherous persons.
And that goes, Slakia, that goes into the Baptist church, the Pentecostal church, all of these denominations of Israelite churches, which are Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Those pastors are in those churches pacifying our people, and it's going to end up in a sore destruction for them, man. That's why the Lord called our people a sheep led to the slaughter, man. Because they believe that they're going to be pacified to do willful sin. Because they believe this doctrine that's being pushed out here that the Lord died so they can have gumbo on Sundays.
Right.
Or that they can have egg and ham. Green eggs and ham, like Dr. Seuss, man. But this ain't a fairy tale. The Lord requires these things, man. If the Lord didn't want you to do it in the beginning, why do you think he wants you to do it now?
Because they teach that the law done away with in the church.
That's a simple mindset. But that's a human mindset. Because humans change their minds all the time. So it makes sense for them that the Lord will change his mind in the New Testament and he don't require you to keep no laws now. Because they're trying to compare themselves to the Lord. The Lord says, my thoughts are not your thoughts, man. Come on, man. It's going to be ugly out here, man. And it's like, we out here saying it, but it's actually going to be performed, man. It's going to be performed in 3D. It's not going to be at the comfort of Netflix where you in your house and you just watch it like, dang, that's crazy. No, you're going to live it, man. You're going to live it, man. You're not going to be able to watch it, hit the pause button when the shit get real and go get you a glass of water and just like, oh, shit. Man, I thought it scared me for a second. No, you're going to be in that movie. That's going to be you.
Oh, you know that.
Come on, man.
You got a precept up?
Yeah, I got a precept.
You still have more on that up?
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 2 and 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful. But thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee
What?
but they shall be able to do nothing against thee.
And they doing
saith
that
the-
right now. They doing that right now with us just bringing out the actual will of Yahweh Shema Shah. How much more so when everybody's in distress and the Lord has allowed you to be sanctified and separated, and not only that, but have a cheerful countenance while everybody's being destroyed around you. That's why the Lord said, don't be weary right now. Yeah, you gotta wake up. Yeah, you gotta go and deal with the heathens. Yeah, you gotta move and be smart as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Yeah, you gotta suffer these things. But in that day, all of that's gonna pay off. But it requires your discipline right now, man. It requires you to suffer with patience right now until the Lord does these things right here. So you can be laughing on the front row of this movie instead of being involved in it, man. You got it.
You got to keep up.
This is the point that I wanted to make when we were talking about how the Lord is waiting patiently, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is still in Zephaniah 3 and 5. The just Lord is in the midst thereof; he will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame.
So the unjust don't know shame, man. They don't know that. They don't acknowledge that the Lord is willing to judge people as well as save. They all preach this doctrine of the Lord has mercy, he's going to save, but they don't want to bring up the other side of Yahweh Shema Shah, that he's willing to judge and drop bodies, man. He starved his own people out and made his own people eat their own children, man. What do you think he's willing to do to the other nations, man? What do you think he's willing to do for disobedience, man? People flock to the modern Christian doctrine because they want to believe that that's the actual thing. They want to believe that that's the truth. They want to believe that the Lord is just going to pacify and forget all of the destruction that's been done on this place. They want to believe that so bad that they'll follow that. But the reality is that the Lord is going to judge nations. The reality is that the Lord is not pacified with willful sin, man. That the Lord didn't shed his blood so people can have green eggs and ham, man. That the Lord did that so you can have a grace period, so when the destruction actually comes, you may be pardoned through the bloodshed of Yahweh Shema Shah.
Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they will call upon the name of the Lord to serve him in one consent.
But that's why the Lord's fierce indignation is to bring all nations together. That's why he's bringing everybody to the Valley of Jehoshaphat. That's why you have all these nations in the Middle East gathering up to prepare war, man. That's why you have the tension between America and Russia, man, and China. All of these things are orchestrated by the one you ignorantly call God, man. And he's orchestrating these things for the liberation of his own people, man.
Yeah, the precept.
Yeah, this is going to what you were saying earlier. Psalms 89, verse 15. Blessed is the people that know the joyful sound. They shall walk, O Lord, in the light of thy countenance. In thy name shall they rejoice all the day, and in thy righteousness shall they be exalted.
Exactly, man. And that light and that understanding is these laws, precepts, and the prophecies, man. Because if you know what's coming, you prepare yourself, man. If you know that destruction is coming, whenever you get a weather warning, they say a tornado is coming to your town, Walmarts are filled and packed with people gathering water and food, man.
Right.
How much more should you be prepared for destruction? The brother brought out a precept where it says the whole earth is going to be devoured. There's no place you're going to be able to run, man. There's not a bunker deep enough for you to hide from Yahweh Shema Shah, man.
I got a precept for that too. Let me bring this out. It's Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into a house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
So the day of the Lord that all these people are expecting, which is some kind of spiritual UN council where the Lord gather all nations together and they all hold hands and walk into some fluffy kingdom, that's not the reality of what's coming down, man. The Lord is about to judge this place. Darkness is coming here, man. And no light in it. According to Yahweh Shemal Shah, only for those who are sighing and crying for the abominations that are being done in the midst thereof, man. But that's the patience and the faith of the saints, man. That you hold your composure until the Lord judges this place, man. You got one, brother?
Yeah, just to back these two brothers up. This is Malachi chapter 4. For the day of Salakia, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Yeah, and it's not going to leave root or branch for the wicked, man. Esau's going to be completely taken out of this place, man. But when that day burns as an oven, the Lord is not going to leave a root or branch in America, man. The Lord is going to judge this place completely, man. And it's going to be a memorial for what not to do on the earth, man. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah was, man. Yeah, it's funny, right? All right. Yeah,
I got a quick
Isaiah
point.
45 and 7.
I got a quick point. You know, it just hit me. You know, all these Christians say God is love, 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 because Christianity done taught them that the devil does all the wickedness.
Right.
They don't read the scripture.
Right.
That's why they believe that Yahweh is all love.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
But that's wishful thinking. That's wishful thinking because it's really convenient if you believe in that. Because now, not only can you live your whole life wickedly and come in to the church in the fourth quarter and be saved, but you don't have to keep laws. Fuck y'all, guys. Fuck you.
What you want?
Isaiah 45 and 7. We ain't dealing with scoffers today, man.
How about
Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord Yahweh, do all these things.
And that's why modern Christianity has the world in a loophole, man. Because now you can be wicked outside the truth, or then you can go in the church and say you believe in the Lord and still be wicked. Because there's no difference. What's different besides me going to church on Sunday and paying you? That's like me. That's like a spiritual 401k. That's like I'm out here in these streets doing my thing, but I'm saving a little bit of spiritual just in case, putting something in the bank just in case for a rainy day, right? They turn in the Lord's house. They're turning spirituality into something of convenience, man. Because that's what America's all about: comfort and convenience, man. Right. That's why the majority of these people are gonna take the mark of the beast, man. Because it's all about what? Comfort and convenience. Look at the government shutdown, man. Not everybody like, well, shit, just let them build a wall then, man. I can't get my income tax, let them build a wall, bro. Right. Let them build it, man. I can't get my stamps, let them build that wall, man.
Right.
That's the same attitude that's gonna happen in the hour of temptation, man. And the Lord is just doing little jabs right now, man. This is just a little couple jabs. This is shadow boxing in the ring. He ain't even really hit this place yet, man. They just feeling the wind from his jab, man. Come on, man. This is just the beginning, man. And the world having a good ass time and going to get cold coffees and green teas, thinking that this life gonna continue like this, when the Lord is gonna bring judgment to this place, man. While y'all all out here trying to get drinks and looking for women, the Lord is gonna judge this place, man. Shit ain't a game, man. The same way empires fell in the past, this empire is falling right now. And when the empires fall, old, young, babes, all get bodied in that. There's no regard for young or old when empires fall, man. When they besiege kingdoms in the ancient world, babies starved, the old starved, people ate their children, people ate pigeon shit. The Lord did all of that. How much more so in this day and age, man? Wickedness is going global, man.
2 Peter 3 and 1. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior, knowing this first, that there should come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is this promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of Yahweh the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, preserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
And that's for you 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, West Indian and Haitians, man. Okay? And all the heathen nations. Mainly these Edomites, man.
And that fire is not talking about hell, man. That fire is talking about playing out on the planet Earth, man.
Come.
You ain't burning spirits, alright? The Lord is talking about burning, physically burning nations, man. Physically burning people, man.
Come.
When he said, what was that, Zechariah? When it says their eyes shall consume away in their holes and their tongues in their mouth. Who got spiritual eyes and tongues, man? Let's get real, man.
Let me say this before you finna read that out. And also in Revelation 20 and 14, it say that hell and death shall be cast into the lake of fire. So if hell is a place where you go at, how can hell be tossed in the lake of fire? I'm gonna prove it right here. This is Psalm real quick, brother. This is Psalms chapter 10. And this time about Esau Edom. This is Psalm chapter 10 verse 17. Now Psalm chapter 9 verse 17. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget God. So if hell is a place, how can hell be tossed into the lake of fire? That shows you that hell is talking about these wicked ass Edomites, man.
And how can the heathen be turned into a place?
Come.
They say, if you say the heathens are turned into hell, how can it be turned into a place, man? That's a condition, man. And the heathens are going to suffer the same condition they inflicted on the nation of Israel, man.
The word hell just means condition, judgment, or the grave, man. Go ahead, you can finish that.
2 Peter 3 and 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
The Lord say, hey, if it was possible, man, but it ain't possible, man. Only the elect gonna get salvation. Go ahead.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
And that great noise talking about them intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Go ahead.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, because like we said, ICBM missiles. What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation?
The Lord said, what manner of person are you ought to be, man, in our holy conversation? That's why if my family ain't talking about these scriptures, I don't want to talk, man. If they ain't talking about how can we get salvation, man, what can I do to get salvation? I don't want to talk to nobody, man. Period. Go ahead, dog.
This is verse 12. Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh.
And that's the spirit we're supposed to be in, man. Go ahead.
Wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Do you understand what elements shall melt with fervent heat mean? I mean, ain't it gonna be nothing left in North America but the elect men coming down out of the chariots, man. Everything gonna be destroyed, man. Everything, man. There's not gonna be nothing left. That fervent heat, hey, okay, them jets that supposedly hit the World Trade Center, right? Them people rather jump than to burn up in that fire, man. Because that jet fuel is like 100 times hotter than regular fire with wood, man.
They said ICBMs is like 1,000.
So that's what I was saying. Just imagine if they were jumping from the 95th floor with that jet fuel burning them up. Just imagine about them ICBMs, man.
It say that they shall seek death and they shall not find it.
Gun.
The Lord go preserve a lot of these people to feel that pain, man. The Lord said, the same must know it through death by pain.
Revelation, man, said that they gonna tell the rocks to fall on them, man, and hide them from the wrath of him, man. Gun. Go ahead, up.
This is Revelations 9, verse 12. One woe is past,
Gun,
and behold, there come two woes more hereafter.
What you want?
And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar which is before Yahweh, saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. And the third part of men are Esau, the Edomites, because you got the children of the men, Yasharallah, which are the Israelites, you got the other nations, and you got the wicked, which are the Edomites. It says, verse 16, it says, and the number of the army of the horsemen, because like I said, they're talking about the missiles, right? And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone.
And that's John describing to the best of his ability technology that was not in his time period, man. He was describing these missiles to the best of his ability. That's why he said, out of their mouth issue fire and brimstone, man. Because he saw these missiles coming and landing, and go ahead.
That's what's gonna make them melt at the fervent heat.
What chapter you in?
Chapter 9.
Okay, go ahead. I'm finna back you up. Go ahead.
This is Revelations 9 and 18. By these three were the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents and had heads. And on a missile it's called a warhead. That's what hurts, the head. And each warhead has multiple missiles on it, multiple warheads. That's why it says when he heard the number of them.
Right.
Exactly.
And he said a head of them like a head of a lion.
That's powerful.
That's them warheads, man.
Right.
Jacob gets simple and think like it's 200 million physical horsemen.
Right.
But no, it's talking about the warheads that are contained in each missile.
Right. Yeah, Jacob think that horse that spit fire out of their mouth, man.
Trying to turn the Lord's word into a Harry Potter book and shit, bro.
Verse 19. For their power is in their mouth and their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents. And that's what you see when the missile goes up. That smoke, that serpent tail. It says, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk, neither repented they of their murderers, nor of their sorcerers, nor of their fornication, nor of their theft.
So even at that moment, they still not going to repent, man.
Right.
That's why the Lord said He's going to literally sprinkle. He's going to literally have blood sprinkled on His garment, man. Because the Lord literally going to come down here and get busy.
Man.
Because the missiles ain't gonna finish all of the wicked, man. All of mankind who refuse to repent and come back, man. 2/3 might survive, man. And the Lord's gonna finish them, man.
That's why He said in Ezekiel, by the hand of my people Israel. So the elect of Israel gonna be getting busy too, along with Yahweh and the angels, man. I gotta precept the link what he said, because what he was reading in Revelation 9, it said one war is past, and yet here come two more woes, right? So this Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14, the second woe is past, and behold, the third will come quickly. Hey man, that's talking about World War I, II, and III, man. And we in the time of World War III, man. Okay? So I'm gonna go back up to verse 13. In the same hour there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake was slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were frightened. Who are the remnant, man? The elect, man. Okay? And gave glory to power of heaven. Hey, they're gonna be a frightening but a beautiful time at the same time, man.
What does the scripture say? It says that the righteous shall scarcely be saved.
Gun.
Scarcely.
That means you're gonna be in the midst of all of this stuff that's going
Hey,
on.
as the
Like
missiles coming down,
The whole doctrine of modern Christianity is they're gonna get beamed up before any destruction even happens. Man.
right, the rapture.
That's not the reality, man. The reality is that you're gonna be in the midst of this. That's how the Lord's gonna show his power, because he's gonna separate you from the rest of the world getting put to death, man.
Got a precept. It's 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of power. And if it first begin at us, Israel, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of power? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
And these people are not gonna appear, man. They're gonna appear in the form of dust and ashes,
Guns.
or dung.
And half of Jake ain't gonna even see the missiles. They gonna get caught up in famine and pestilence, man. Oh, neighbor against neighbor for lack of bread, man. Some of these Jakes ain't even gonna see the missiles, man. They're gonna be dead. They're gonna be dead long before the missiles give.
And not only Jake, but the rest of these people.
Guns.
Because Jake is as a heathen right now. So when you refer to the heathens, you're referring to 2/3 of Jake too. There's no distinction. If you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, there's no distinction between Israel, between 2/3 of Israel that's keeping the laws and the third that's keeping it, man.
Oh, what Lord say? Those that don't hear the law of the Lord is like a heathen on a publican.
Exactly. And it says they are not all Israel that are of Israel.
Guns.
So 2/3 of Israel are as heathens, man.
Don't distinguish against good and evil.
They're not supposed to drink so they can separate the clean from the unclean. But that's what the Lord is spiritually doing.
Guns.
Because when this word comes out, there's a division. That's why the Lord said he came to bring what? He came to bring division.
Guns. Luke 12,
It said
51.
at variance, the mother from the daughter, the father from the son, man. Because when this word comes out, it divides people, man. It separates.
A man's enemy is those in his own household.
Exactly. Because the truth is going to separate you, because it's going to be so absurd to the majority of the people that you're going to be alone, man. That's why it says I become a stranger to my mother's children, man. Because it's all fantasy until it actually plays out. It's all crazy until it actually plays out, man. And that's the determination of Yahweh Shema Shai, if you will, man.
Precept. It's Matthew chapter 12, verse 30. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad.
So ain't no gray area with Yahweh Shema Shai. You either with him or you not.
Gun, man.
Ain't no abstract. In this place, people don't have firm beliefs in anything, man. The majority of these men don't have the courage to stand up for anything they believe in, man. The Lord requires a yay or a nay, man.
Gun.
You're not going to be able to kind of abstract your way into the kingdom. Well, Lord, I believed in this part, but this part I was a little shaky on. Nah, you ain't walking into the kingdom like that, man. You got to die. You got to die first, man. And if you're not of the nation of Israel, man, you're going to wake up to slavery, man. You're going to wake up to destruction, man. Because it's all fun and games until the Lord starts killing people, man. The majority of these cold, coffee drinking, effeminate ass men ain't gonna be able to handle what's coming next, man. They think they all tough because they go and drink whey protein and lift weights, and they think they tough. They don't know what's coming next, man.
They can't get that whey protein. What they gonna do? They can't get that steroid and that whey protein.
Yeah, these men in a modern day and age, they think because they go to Planet Fitness and work out that they tough, man.
Right.
The Lord's you're gonna need mental fortitude, man, and that's something you can't get at Planet Fitness or LA Fitness, man.
Oh yeah.
Laser gun, man.
Gun.
There's not enough testosterone for you to have mental fortitude, man.
Hey, the scripture tell you that bodily exercise profit little, man.
Yeah, profit is little. That means there is a profit to it, but as far as the salvation coming, there's a bigger picture, and you gonna need mental fortitude, man. And that's something that the majority of these people do not have, man. They don't have, especially in America, man. America, these people are highly effeminized, man. Highly spoiled, man. You're talking about one of the richest nations on the planet, man.
Why you say that? I was waiting. We got one?
Yeah. You got something?
I want to stay with this destruction, man. Go ahead.
Oh. Yeah, you good. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that I am he, there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
It's back in Revelations. I started at the top. 18 and 1. And after these things, I saw another angel coming down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
And what do they call that wrath of fornication? They call it democracy.
Right.
So when they say that they're going to a country and they're going to give them democracy, what they're really going to do is export wickedness to them. They're going to give them the cup, and that's why all nations are mad. When you go into mad, it's not necessarily angry, but it's mad as in crazy, man.
How does he do that too? By setting up his corporations. Every country he invades, he leaves his corporations, man.
That's just like, but that's warfare 101. Because when you conquer a nation, what do? You leave garrisons.
Right.
When King David conquered the Edomites, what did he do? He kept a garrison. What is garrisons? Those are bases. That's why everywhere you go, there's an American base, man. Because they subjugate those people, man, and they export democracy. And anything that comes up against it, they already have a base there to attack it.
That goes into what we always say. This is the rebirth of the Roman Empire. Right? That's the same thing Rome did. Everywhere that Rome went, they left their troops there, man. They spread themselves thin.
Right.
America's doing the same thing.
Right.
And now you're not going to end up fighting little Ishmaelites with sweatpants and AK-47s and Ford trucks. You're going to actually go up against a real military coming soon, man. You're going to actually go against Russia, who take baths in ice water and shit.
And everybody got hypersonic missiles.
Yeah.
Russia mad, man. Russia ain't forget. Russia been waiting patiently.
China and Japan too.
They nations hate y'all, man. They waiting patiently.
And that shows you that the Lord, Esau's doing exactly what he's supposed to do on the planet Earth, man. Esau's being completely obedient to the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, if you think about it. He was made to be the wicked, and he's doing exactly what he's supposed to do.
Just like Pharaoh, the Lord kept hardening his heart, and going off. The same thing.
Because World War I, World War II, just World War I alone, that battle in itself and the casualties of war is greater than any ancient warfare or any ancient battle that you've ever had, man. That shows you that Esau's ability to kill people even extends to himself. That he'll put another nation of Edomites to death if it need be for his own belly, man. And that's what you're about to have, man. If Satan be divided against himself, he should not stand, man.
And I was gonna do a lesson on that too. How the House divided right now, Democrats and Republicans. Even though it's all a scam, propaganda, but
you go into history. Even in Rome, they had what you call the plebeians and the patricians, man. And that separated the elites from the common Edomites. Even in Rome. Now you have Republicans, which are what you might call the elites, and the Democrats, which is supposed to represent the common man. But they all serve the same agenda, and that's the glory of Rome.
Same agenda. You people's out there believing that madness.
Go back to the Senate. The Senate, they had the Senate in Rome. But I was going to say, when you look, all the European nations are divided. America's divided right now. You still got Brexit in the UK. They're still divided. You got the yellow vest. I mean, this place is through.
And that yellow vest moving from country to country.
8 weeks now that they still in uproar with the yellow vest. 8 weeks in counting. Venezuela.
That's the uproars of the people, man. It's prophecy.
Sleep, man. They're not watching the news. They're not measuring the time diligently.
Beautiful.
That's because it's too much soy in the food, man. It's too much estrogen.
Hey, here's a precept of what you were reading. This Jeremiah 51, verse 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Man, the nations are all mad, man. What verse is that?
Jeremiah 51 and 7.
Bring out.
Back here. Revelations 18 and 3. For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication,
Beautiful.
and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
That's that EU and NATO, man. Go ahead.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Hey, and more all China goods sold over here, man. Go ahead, bro.
Jump down to verse 7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Hold on, but when the Lord say, he said what? Give her what?
Double, reward her double.
When you were reading right there, he said, give her torment and sorrow. Who he talking to? Who he telling to give her torment and sorrow? He telling the other nations, destroy this bitch. Shoot the missiles over here. Destroy that bitch.
Yeah, the nations are mad, exactly.
Hey, well, look at here. Look out, USA.
It's going to come right here. You're right, man. It says, verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day. And who's going to bring the plagues? The other nations plus the house with the chariot. When you write, Shalaki. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Death and mourning and famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
And that's crazy, because them same kings that's going to be wailing, they're going to be the ones shooting missiles over here.
But that proves that it's missiles. What can destroy this place in 1 hour?
Right.
Gotta be a missile.
It sure ain't no horses with fire coming out of their mouth.
And it ain't no bows and arrows that's shooting across the earth, man.
Gun. Oh, that's beautiful precept.
Ain't no bows and arrows. Ain't no man shooting an arrow from here to Asia, man. It ain't happening.
Precept. It's Isaiah 13:5. They shall come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
Yeah, man. And that's like, when you think about it, the ancient world had no idea that this is the reality that was going to happen years, thousands of years from now. That's why the prophets described the weapons to the best of their ability.
Right.
Because what they saw, they couldn't believe, man. That's why the Lord told Habakkuk, it shall happen. You shall not believe it, though it be told to you.
Right.
But that's why they bugged out. But that's why they bugged out, man. Could you imagine that back then, 2,000 years ago,
Right.
you had a vision and you seeing these missiles blocking. They said it was going to darken the sky, man. You see
Right.
these chariots, man. That was the the strangeness of our salvation, man.
Hey, that's why when they asked him in the hall, you were talking about in Acts chapter 1, we were like, when he said, will you now restore the kingdom of heaven to Israel?
Oh yeah, they thought he was gonna do it then. Yeah,
He took one for the time, man, because they would have been bored out of their mind, bro.
They didn't have the technology yet. That's how you know we in the last days. We in them times, man.
But that's why Paul says we know in part.
Right.
You know, we prophesy in part and we know in part. Why? Because there's certain things that you as a foot soldier in that battlefield just not ready to hear and understand right now.
Time.
You in the middle of a battle. If the Lord told Paul and John them that y'all gotta die first,
Right.
y'all gotta be reincarnated, you gotta go through all these things, then America gotta get, they'd have been bugged out, man.
Every third and fourth generation, you will come back. Man.
They'd have been bugged out.
Some of them understood, like Dad, they understood, and that's why they was like, "Woe is me, woe like Ezra."
Oh,
woe is
I was
me.
definitely say
They
Ezra
understood. They're
got
like,
sick.
"Damn, man,
Like,
what the hell of a dude, man?"
right,
But if the Lord had
he
actually
was shook.
broke down their actual fate, man, they wouldn't have been able to handle it, man. That's why you know in part and you prophesy in part, because certain things are just not given to man to understand yet, man. And Wisdom of Solomon tell you that man hardly guesses aright, man, of things that go on in the earth. How much more so in heaven, man?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I got a quick precept. This is Isaiah chapter 24 and 6. Isaiah chapter 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy.
And the same power that created the DNA code that built your body also constructed Lockheed Martin to make missiles, man.
Right.
Also constructed all these other contractors to